Well, apologies, guys. I've been out and about, so a bit late tonight. But anyway, Tuesday, Christian didn't turn up. I haven't watched the winners video yet. I just saw a brief glimpse of, looks like somebody's won a mini. I'll go back and have a look at it after. Where was I? Zone 1. It was a bit lower and to the left of the average. An interesting comment here, because we didn't get a lot of comments on Saturday's video, but there was at least two that said, no, you need to come a lot lower because the average we done on Saturday is too high. Well, the average is just the average. We don't pick where we want the average to be. It's just the average of everybody's crosses that they submitted. However, I wasn't buying it. A couple of people were convinced it should be lower, possibly a lot lower, but everybody's got a different opinion, haven't they? It turns out the average wasn't far out. I went higher than the average slightly, and the winning cross was even slightly higher than me. And over to the right, I think I went just above the average, and to the left, what was the average? 1693, 1208. Yeah, but that's where we are. Zone 1. Nice to be back in Zone 1. I was in Zone 1 about 2 weeks ago, I think. And then back in Zone 3 last week. But yeah, let's have a look at the judging. So the judging then, what a spread! Spread all over the place. I haven't watched it because I haven't long been in. I'm only looking at where the crosses are on the screen and where the lines are drawn. Huge spread there. Now, obviously, being in Zone 1, I'm going to agree with where I thought the winning cross was. The right area, at least. But that often gets confused with me saying, if I say I thought the judging was reasonably good, that I agree exactly with where the cross should be. Well, as much as I agree with where the cross should be today, and again, everybody's going to have a different opinion on that. If you were much lower, you're going to think the cross is in a terrible place because you thought it should have been lower. But of course, we got to remember that we're supposed to be figuring out here where the judges are going to put it, not where we think it is, but where we think the judges will go. That's why I went higher, because I thought they're going to look at him and they're going to go higher than the average. But I trusted the average, so I just went a little tiny bit higher. But see, I don't think the judging was that good because they spread out all over the place. I mean, if you look at how far apart they spread, that's a big spread. All right, the average worked out as it happens, but that's a big spread. We had at least twice as many coordinates as the judges put in there, and I was pretty close to that. So, you know, it just goes to show the use of the average. But the whole point of the videos is not really the number on a Saturday, that actual average spot. It's what is everybody else thinking. So if there's a cluster of people in a certain area, you think, yeah, that seems to be the most likely area then that the judges are going to go. If like 10 or 20 of you lot think it's there, then there's a good chance the judges will go in that direction. But we were spread out a lot as well on Saturday. But I don't think we were as badly spread as these judges. So I don't think the judging was particularly good this week, although as I was in Zone 1, how can I not agree that, you know, the cross was in the right place? Because that's about where I thought they would put it. Obviously, I wasn't spot on, otherwise I would have won. Well, there we are. Let me know how you got on, guys, because I think the gist of it seems that some of you were going to go, quite a few of you were going to go lower, and one or two of you were talking about going a little bit higher because of this guy on the right front here. He looked as though he was higher. Anyway, I'm waffling a bit now, so I'm tired and busy, and let's have a look at this week's picture then. So there's my one cross stuck up there in the middle of nowhere. What's that weird coordinate? 2737987. Why have I gone there then? Well, it was a bit of a tricky one, because to me, if I look at the player that's doing the pouty fish sort of look, his arms are back, his neck is forward, so to me, it looks like he's just headed it, I would say. So it's sort of up in the air, and he's looking relatively high and quite a way in front of him, I would think. The fella right at the front here, where we can see Marley's written on the back of his shirt, he doesn't look to me like he's looking very high. The fella right at the back doesn't look as though he's looking high. However, they've added this guy in on the left over here who's looking high. So it was difficult to try and find an exact spot, or an average spot really, where I thought he could be looking. So I come in along those lines there somewhere, and a compromise of if the judges go by this fella, where they think he's looking. So I ended up around that sort of area. I mean, you know, we can all get an area, but trying to find the exact pixel is a tricky bit, isn't it? So that's where I've gone there this week so far, and that's why I've gone there, is because I don't necessarily think the ball should be that high because of this player at the front and the player right at the back. Neither of them seem to be looking high, but they've photoshopped this guy in on the left here who is looking high. Now, chances are that's exactly what the judges are going to look at. They're going to say, right, okay, this guy's looking high. We need to go up high. So that's what I am at the moment. I'm not going to put the cross in there today because we won't be doing one on Saturday, an update. So don't submit your coordinates this week because it's Easter weekend and I'm off for my first ever adventure in my camper van. I'm off to Tucker's Grave for the weekend. So by all means, let me know how you got on though, because I'd like to know, you know, how close you were, were there any runners up or whatever. Let's have a quick look at Revcomps. So what have I got for Thursday's draw? I got one on this Porsche because I want the cash alternative of 75 grand. I got one on this Golf TDI because it's phenomenal on fuel and quite quick. I decided to have 3 on this Ford Puma because I always fancied having a Ford Puma. So I went for it. I had 3 tickets on that. And one for the van so that I could convert that into a brand new camper because it's 10 grand with it. So what did they add for next Monday? I didn't go for this BMW M5 competition. I was tempted because it's £25,000 cash with it. So I was tempted, and maybe I still, although it's 20,000 tickets. The van, yeah, I wasn't fussed. As much as it's a nice van. It's got electric doors on the side, electric tailgate. It's the 4Motion, the 4-wheel drive. So it is a nice van. But basically they've chucked a bed in it and there's like a kitchen unit that pulls out from the back door. And I didn't think that was particularly suitable. So I didn't play for that. Or that truck. I did have one on this Mini because it was a 4-wheel drive Mini and I like 4-wheel drives. I've had them before. I got one on this Can-Am Maverick because it's 30k cash alternative. And I went for one on the Range Rover Evoque because it's a diesel and I do like them. Whether I'd keep it or not, I don't know. But I tell you what's selling well. I just had an email about half an hour ago that I noticed it. Was these vehicle auto draws. Now they're bringing them closer to the time. They're changing the dates on them because they're selling so well that they've been changing the dates on them. Because I think this Mercedes here was meant to be drawn on Friday. I think I'd have to check, but I think it was Friday. They've brought that forward to tomorrow. They've brought this Fiesta forward to tomorrow as well. Not sure about the others. That one only just went on there yesterday, or the day before, that Focus ST Estate. But yeah, they're popular, and I've had 1 or 2 tickets on these mainly because they're cheap. I mean, look at that Fiesta. I didn't buy tickets on that, but 4,000 tickets, £3.50 a ticket. It's worth a punt, isn't it? This one, this Merc, £4 a ticket, 6,000 tickets. Alright, this Focus ST mine is 10,000 tickets, but it's only like £2.50 a ticket. It's worth 1, isn't it? Anyway, that's enough for me. I got loads to do, and I'm still expecting a parcel from Amazon, which was meant to be coming sometime this afternoon. Then it changed from 6:30 to 10, then 7 o'clock till 10, then 8 o'clock till 10. So goodness knows what time it's going to turn up. Let me know how you got on, guys, and I'll speak to you in a week's time now, which will be next Tuesday then, because I'll be away this weekend. But I probably will be making a couple of videos about my weekend away. Anyway, cheers guys, and good luck.